Are you looking for the ultimate chewy chocolate chip cookie? If so, you've come to the right place. I've tested numerous recipes and this version is the clear winner. Yes! These cookies have crisp edges and soft centers. All you need is a little bit of patience and culinary science. Let's get started. The first thing we're going to do is combine 1 3/4 cups of all-purpose flour with a ½ teaspoon of baking soda. Just gently whisk that together. We want to make sure that the baking soda is evenly dispersed into the flour. That way the cookies bake up nice and thick. This looks good, let's just set this aside. The key to chewy chocolate chip cookies is using melted butter. The extra available moisture is going to increase gluten formation when the flour is added, giving that sought out chew. I have 14 tablespoons of butter that I cut into even-sized pieces, and now we're going to head over to the stove to melt them. Adjust oven rack to the middle position and heat to 375 degrees. Heat 10 tablespoons of butter in a medium skillet over medium heat until just melted, about 2 minutes. Stir the remaining 4 tablespoons of butter into the warm butter until completely melted. Transfer to a mixing bowl. I've added the melted butter to the mixing bowl. Now we're going to continue to make the dough. The first thing we're going to add is 3/4 cups of packed dark brown sugar. That's going to give some wonderful caramelized molasses flavor. A ½ cup of granulated sugar, 1 teaspoon of kosher salt, and 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract. Going to use the whisk attachment and then just mix this so it's combined on medium speed, about setting 5 on your stand mixer for 30 seconds. This looks good. Now I'm going to add 1 large egg and 1 egg yolk. We're going to mix this on setting 8, about medium-high speed for 30 seconds. Now we're going to let the mixture sit for 3 minutes. This is going to allow the sugar to dissolve into the batter. When sucrose is dissolved and then heated, it's going to break down into glucose and fructose. Those two simple sugars have a lower caramelization temperature. When it's baking in the oven, it's going to create these new flavors that are molasses and caramel-like that weren't there before. It's going to taste so good. So to ensure that the sugars are fully dissolved, we're going to mix it for 30 seconds, 3 more times, and let it rest for 3 minutes in between. I've done the whisk and rest procedure a total of 4 times. The sugar mixture looks nice and shiny, fluffy and pale in color. Now we could add in the remaining ingredients. Add the flour mixture. Stir to combine just until everything is mixed together and there's no flour pockets remaining, about 1 minute. This is where that gluten bonding is happening as you mix the dough to give you that chewy texture that I was telling you about earlier. Now we're going to add the chocolate chips. I have 1 1/4 cup. Just stir till it's combined. I like to use semi-sweet chocolate chips because I love the balance of sweetness and that bitter cocoa flavor. But you can use dark chocolate chips, milk, or even white chocolate chips if you like. Totally up to you. This looks good. I'm going to transfer the cookie dough to the refrigerator. Just allow the butter to firm up and make it a little bit easier for us to portion out the dough later. The dough has been chilling for about 15 minutes. It should be between 67 to 70 degrees. It's gonna make it a lot easier to roll with our hands and not melt. The size should be about 3 tablespoons, 2 ounces or 60 grams. And I like to actually weigh out my dough, each portion on a digital scale. That's gonna make sure that they bake evenly. But it's okay if you eyeball it too. So again, I'm targeting about 60 grams, just a little bit less than 3 tablespoons. And then just roll each portion into a ball and place them about 2 inches apart. And when you're rolling the dough balls, just try to work with them pretty quickly so that they don't warm up too much in your hand. So we have 8 on this sheet pan. We're gonna repeat with the remaining cookie dough. Before we bake the cookies, I'm gonna show you a trick that I learned from my culinary school teacher to give a more rustic appearance on the surface. You're just gonna take the dough and break it in half just like this, and then stick them back together. And then I just rolled the sides so it's kind of a little bit of a circle again. And as you can see, the chips get exposed because they get kind of buried when you roll them into the ball. So you have lots of nice chips on the top. Remember to keep the cookie dough balls at least 2 inches apart because they're gonna grow pretty big in size. And if you'd like, I always put some extra chocolate chips on the top, just so they poke out and they look nice and melty. Before baking, I like to check the temperature of the cookie dough. After so many rounds of testing different recipes, I found that it's really important that the dough is between 65 to about 70 degrees or about room temperature. That's gonna ensure that the cookies bake evenly and have this beautiful golden surface. I've baked cookies from the refrigerator before, and even though the edges get nice and golden brown, the centers stay pretty raw, so you want to bake them around room temperature. We're going to bake the cookies at 375 degrees, 1 tray at a time. Bake for 5 minutes, then rotate the baking sheet. Continue to bake until the edges are golden brown and the centers look slightly underdone and are soft and puffy. About 10 to 12 minutes. The color will deepen to golden brown and deflate slightly once cooled. Wow, these cookies look amazing. The edges are beautiful and golden brown. The centers are soft and puffy, and they look a little bit underbaked, which is exactly what you want. We're going to let them cool on the sheet tray to allow for carryover cooking, and it's going to allow the sugars harden a little bit so the edges are nice and crispy. That's gonna take about 20 to 30 minutes, and make sure to cool it on a wire rack. Can't wait. Wow, these look incredible. The cookies are set, golden brown, and they smell so good. I love making them for my family and friends as a special treat, especially for the holidays. And I know that my kids will make these disappear so fast. If you're looking for another sweet treat, definitely check out my recipe right here for apple pie. I hope you enjoyed learning the science behind chocolate chip cookies, and if you did, please give it a big thumbs up. It means a lot when you do. See you in the next video. Ooh, I'm gonna sneak one of these while they're still warm and the chips are gooey. Oh, so good.